morning, this is Kasturi Day. Today I'm going to again discuss the Introduction to Chemistry question answer series. This chapter is according to ICSE syllabus class 6. Okay, so state the contributions of Dmitry Mendeleev, Antony Lavoisier, and John Dalton, okay, towards the development of chemistry. First, we come to Dmitry Mendeleev. He formulated the periodic table of elements. Okay, he systematically arranged the dozens of known elements by atomic weights. He arranged the elements by their atomic weights and could even predict the properties of the still known elements. Okay, he devised the periodic table. Okay, he was best known for his discovery of the periodic law. Okay, so this is the contribution of Dmitry Mendeleev. Then we come to Antony Lavoisier. He recognized and named oxygen in 1778 and later he named hydrogen in 1783. He also wrote the first extensive test of elements and helped to reform chemical nomenclature. In 1774, he turned his attention to the phenomena of combustion with his famous experiment in which he heated pure mercury in a swan-necked retort. Okay, he heated pure mercury in a swan-necked retort and he produced what? Oxygen. Okay, leading to the discovery of oxygen. So that was he did it in 1774 and he named oxygen as 1778 and later he named hydrogen also in 1783. Now, the contribution of John Dalton. He compiled his theory in 1800 known as Dalton atomics theory. The main postulates of Dalton atomics theory are the matter consists of particles consisting of atoms which are indivisible and cannot be created or destroyed. The theory was later contradicted in certain aspects by the modern atomic theory. Okay. Then we come to in the medieval ages, philosopher's stone was connected with all transformations. Okay, so explain the statement. So the answer will be in the medieval ages to the 17th century, the so-called philosopher's stone held a priority and alchemists were successful to a certain extent in the development of processes which helped later chemists to extract metals and develop path-breaking avenues in chemistry. The scientific process involving modern chemistry started paving path and chemistry regains its rightful position. Next is explain in brief the importance of chemistry in agriculture and production of various products. Okay, so importance of chemistry in agriculture. In agriculture, chemistry is used in the form of fertilizers, then pesticides, okay, then insecticides. First in the form of fertilizers, chemistry is used. Okay, so what is fertilizers? They are a substance to improve the fertility. They are used to improve the fertility and of the soil, and also it's a supplement of nutrients to the plants and that is essential for their growth. Okay, for example, ammonium nitrate, which is used widely as a fertilizer, urea, an important source of nitrogen. Then phosphatic fertilizers like superphosphate, about 90% of the fertilizers are in the solid form. Okay, liquid fertilizers comprise of aqueous solutions of ammonia or ammonium nitrate. So 90% of the solids, fertilizers, they are used in the solid form, and liquid fertilizers generally are in the form of this ammonium nitrate or ammonia solution. Okay, so these are used as liquid fertilizers. Then we come to some pesticides. They are also chemicals which are added to the soil to kill the pests. Okay, and they protect the plants from the weeds. Okay, fungi, insects, etc. And because of their 30% of about 30% of the crops are destroyed by agricultural pests. They destroy about 30% of the crops, and therefore these pesticides are sprinkled on the soil or on the plants so that they can protect the plants from weeds, fungi and insects. Okay, then for example, this is herbicides. which inhibit the growth of unwanted plants. Insecticides, they destroy the insects that harm or destroy the plants. Okay, the pesticides may come if they come in contact with the other living organisms and disrupt the balance of the ecosystem. Okay, if they come in contact with the other living organisms, they can disrupt the balance of the ecosystem, because those living organisms, if they take the pesticides, then they will be able to they will die. Okay, now state the methods used for collecting the following gases, like oxygen, a gas which is slightly soluble in water, then ammonia, a gas highly soluble in water and lighter than air, then sulfur dioxide is a gas highly soluble in water and heavier than air. So what happens? State the method used for collecting the following gases. How these gases are collected: oxygen, ammonia and sulfur dioxide. As we know that oxygen is slightly soluble in water, therefore they are collected, the oxygen is collected by downward displacement of water. Okay, in this method the gas jar is fitted with the water and inverted over the beehive shell. So filled with water, and it is inverted over the beehive shell so that the water is displaced downwards and the oxygen will be collected upwards. Okay, now ammonia is there is a condition that it is highly soluble in water but it's lighter than air. Therefore, while collecting ammonia, it is collected over air. Okay, by downward displacement of air. This method is used for gases like ammonia, which is soluble in water and lighter than air. Then next is sulfur dioxide. It is highly soluble in water and heavier than air. So that is used, sulfur dioxide is therefore used for collecting, it is the method which is used for collecting sulfur dioxide is upward displacement of air. As it is heavier than air, so it is collected up by upward displacement of air. But in water it will not be collected because it is highly soluble in water. So sulfur dioxide, in this method what happens, gases, this method is used for the gases like sulfur dioxide which are soluble in water and heavier than air. Okay, next we come to the state the functions of the wooden handle at the end of the test tube holder, the asbestos which is fixed at the center of the wire gauge, then the clamp which is mounted on the rod of a retort stand, then the air regulator in a Bunsen burner, and the tap at the base of the burette. So what are the functions of these all apparatus? Okay, so first one, the wooden handle at the end of the test tube being a poor conductor of heat, and if we hold the test tube, we can hold the test tube very easily, okay, with a test tube holder. Otherwise we will not be able to touch the test tube if it is hot. Okay, then the asbestos which is fixed at the center of the wire gauge, that initiates even distribution of the heat to the bottom of the apparatus. It also prevents glass apparatus from cracking. Okay, so there is an asbestos which is used in the wire gauge, okay, so that to prevent the glass apparatus from cracking and the even distribution of the heat at the bottom of the apparatus. Then the clamp which is mounted on the rod of a retort stand, which helps in holding the apparatus. It holds the apparatus and it adjusts its level upward or downward. Okay, that's why this clamp is mounted on the rod of the retort stand. The air regulator in the Bunsen burner, that helps is in regulating the flame. Okay, next is the tap at the base of the burette, that helps in removing the measured liquid dropwise. Okay, so these questions are very important. I want to tell you that these questions are important, but in this chapter wise, if it is done in the textbook, these all questions are not properly discussed. So I have made questions for you, question and answers, so that you can be able to go through these points in a brief in a summary basis. Okay, so please go through this question answers videos very carefully, okay, so that you will be able to answer all the questions which will be given to you in your exam as well as in your class. Okay, The state why a round bottom flask is preferred to a flat bottom flask during preparation of gases in the laboratory. Round bottom flask is prepared to flat bottom flask because in round bottom flask heat is uniformly distributed throughout the heating. Through on heating it will be heat will be uniformly distributed. Now state the functions of the basic glass apparatus like glass test tube, hard glass boiling tube, a beaker, round bottom flask, a retort. Okay, so this glass test tube, it is used for heating chemicals and studying reactions in a chemical solution. Okay, uh, how to heat the chemicals and study the reactions. In that case we use a glass test tube. Then hard glass boiling tube, that is used, it is resistant to the chemicals and used for special purpose, and that's why it is made up of pyrex. Okay, and that's why these are hard, and you can hard glass, and you can boil it for some time. Then beaker, it is used for holding or pouring or mixing the solutions. Okay, then round bottom flask, it is in this in the preparation of gases where heating is required, since the flat bottom flask is round and bottom the heat is evenly distributed, uniformly distributed. Next is we come to the retort. For carrying out distillation experiments we use this especially distillation of acids, and we use this retorts. Now give the basic difference of inorganic and organic chemistry. The study of inorganic chemistry is the study of all compounds that do not contain carbon, as well as oxides of carbon, carbonates, metallic carbon. Okay, and then this organic compounds, the study of compounds that contain carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. Compound, that is hydrocarbon, you can say. And in this case inorganic substances, they have the, for example, carbon dioxide, carbonic acid, and in organic chemistry methane and ethane are the examples. Then in organic chemistry, even innumerable elements are included in, like the metals. In organic chemistry they include elements, but certain acids and included like acetic acid are also do not include all the elements, but certain acids like acetic acid, formic acid, these are all included in the organic chemistry. Now the state whether the what is science, and give the basic bifurcation of science with reasons. Science is the subject that includes the study of various experiments which we perform, which the scientists perform with all the observations which he has recorded, and the inferences which he concluded. Okay, now the bifurcations of science, there are three main branches, mainly physics, chemistry and biology, and which may study of each branch simple and more focused. Okay, like physics, chemistry and biology, they have the chemistry those concerned with the experiments, biology with the life, and then physics is all those the facts which takes place. Okay, so these are all the weights, the measurements. Okay, then current, electricity, like this, the magnetism, these are all concerned with physics. So this is the end of this chapter. I will discuss along with this class 8 syllabus. I'll start discussing the next chapter of this class 6 videos. Please go through this. If you have any doubt, please do write in the comment box. Do share with your friends. I'm sure that these videos will help you all in your studies. And I'm telling once more that many questions are not discussed in the text. So please go through these question answer videos. They contain many question answers, many things which are not there in the textbook. So please go through these text videos for the class 6. Okay. And do subscribe to get the notification of my next video. Thank you. Thank you for watching and have a good day.